Hi, my name is Rojin. In this video, I would like to give you some facts which show how and why Iranian women are discriminated. The life of women in Iran is very hard. I have already made a film about Zainab Jalalian. She's only one of the thousands of examples of how women can be mistreated. The Islamic Republic of Iran was founded in 1979. Since then, the state is one of the most oppressive regimes in the world. Human rights are violated on a daily basis, and corruption is widespread. Iranian women are particularly exposed to discrimination since their inferior position in society is legally sanctioned. According to the law of the Islamic Republic of Iran, women are not allowed to work certain jobs. Polygamy is legal. It is very difficult for women to divorce. Women have a very limited right to inheritance. Underage girls can be forced into marriages. Girls can be married at the age of 13 and in some cases as early as 9 years old. Domestic violence is seen by the state as a private family matter. As a woman, you do not account as a full witness. If you testify against something, your testimony is not worth as much as a testimony of a man. These are only some of the discriminating laws. There are also many other practical issues that you are not allowed as a woman. You cannot sing or dance publicly. You cannot show your hair or body figure. You cannot go to the stadium as a sports fan. You cannot ride a motorcycle. There are only a few examples, but in this video, because of time limitations, I cannot tell about every problem women face. I will also share some important statistics. Every year in Iran, about 600,000 underage girls enter into marriage. In 2017 alone, there were 234,000 registered marriages of girls under the age of 15. In the year 2018, there were 77,000 cases of women who experienced domestic abuse and sought medical support. It is important to say it is the official number published in 2018 by the Iranian state. However, in a state where the mullah's regime silences women, the numbers are surely many times higher. While admitting that the latest research done on violence against women in Iran 14 years ago, regime's experts have revealed that 66% of Iranian women have experienced violence in their lifetime. Although this is double the world average, but it is clearly an understatement of the reality of the woman's life in Iran. Nearly 1,000 women are arrested every year and brutalized in detention for participating in anti-government protests. Iran is the only country in the world where thousands of women have been executed and tortured to death for dissent. In Iran, women are better educated than men, but whenever it comes to applying for jobs, women are always discriminated. According to the 2017-2018 Women, Peace and Security WPS Index, Iran ranked 116 out of 153 countries in terms of legal discrimination. The World Bank's database, Women, Business and the Law, lists 23 restrictions in Iranian law on married women. These include applying for a passport, traveling outside the home, choosing where to live, and being head of the household. Women cannot get a job or pursue a profession in the same way as a man can. They cannot be ensured of equal pay for equal work. And there are no laws to restrain gender discrimination in hiring. If a woman comes from a strict religious family and has sex without to be married, she can be sentenced to honor death by male heads of the family, who want to restore family honor. Let me give you an example. A woman has been raped. If the woman wants to report the case to the authorities, she needs to take into account that her testimony weighs less than the testimony of the male rapist. In patriarchal mentality, the woman is also kind of guilty of rape because of her so-called seductive nature. So there is a situation where the victim not only feels very ashamed, but is also blamed for provoking the incident. To report the rape for a woman means a social stigma for her and her family for the rest of her life. In addition, when the rapist is a government employee or has any kind of influential position in the society, it is very probable that he will get away of any legal charges. It causes the situation where only tiny fractions of rapes are reported. In Iran, women are practically not protected by the law in case of rape or other sexual violence. You need to live in a society where the rapist can get away with any crime. You can only imagine how stressful life can be. Exactly the same difficulties regarding divorces. Even if a woman lives with an aggressive and violent husband, usually she has a limited possibility for a divorce. Very often, she has no place to go to find support. Even her family, for example, her parents, don't want to accept her coming back to live together with them again. It is because of poverty or shame. The only exceptions are members of influential and regime-friendly families. Very often, they are situated in rich areas of Tehran or other big cities and they have means, for example, to send their children to study at good university in Europe or USA. These families, which are a fraction of the population, are above the law, but almost all other Iranian women experience regular violence, which is state-sponsored and institutionalized by the law. All the above mentioned problems lead to disproportionate rates of suicide among women. According to a study published in 2008, women's suicide rate in Iran was double that of men. In some cases, women can be also murdered, but officially classified as self-killed. This is because of the fake testimonies of male family members who directly or indirectly killed the woman. As I mentioned before, the authorities tend to consider these cases as an internal family matter and often don't bother with any investigation. Kurdish women in Iran experience even more difficulties. They suffer because of all the mentioned pathologies caused by the Iranian regime and for being Kurdish ethnical minorities. There are no Kurdish women represented in any level of government. The Kurdish opposition parties officially do not exist, and if they do, they are all considered as enemies of God by the Islamic Republic of Iran. There are many ways to support women in Iran. There are big international organizations like Amnesty International which do their job. You can also find many other organizations on the internet or among the Iranian diaspora. You can donate money, share films and links on social media, and you can also help to be an activist. I personally recommend an organization that fight for women's rights in Iran. Please check the contact below where you can ask questions or possibly join as a supporter in various forms. Thank you for watching this video.